Our Truth and Politics panel joined Dennis Ward once again, this time to pass the puck around on what an American sportscaster said during an NHL playoff game between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Edmonton Oilers. Vegas defenseman Zach Whitecloud scored a goal, and ESPN's John Anderson said, quote, "Whitecloud, what kind of name is that? A great name if you're a toilet paper," end quote. Whitecloud is from the Sioux Valley Dakota Nation in Manitoba.
Carrie, Nigon, great to have you with us as always. Carrie, comparing someone's last name to toilet paper in front of potentially millions of sports fans, so what are your thoughts on that?
I think that was very disrespectful, and I think that there is a lack of Indigenous training when it comes to Indigenous people in general in sports, because we haven't been in this area for very long. We've had Fred Sasakamoose. There aren't many Indigenous players, especially ones that are carrying names like Whitecloud. This name is very special to him because it's his grandfather's name. People don't realize that a lot of Indigenous people, we've lost our traditional names like Whitecloud. My name, for example, is Benjo, and it was basically an insult from the Indian agent. My great-great-grandfather, when he was signing up, they asked him what his name was, and he said, at school they called me Benjamin, at the church they called me Joseph. And he said, "What, you don't even know your own name? Okay, you're Benjo." And so that's my name. I don't have a connection to my traditional name. It is just a insult that was passed on to me because of an Indian agent. And so our last names are very important for him to have his name out there for his family, for his community. It brings pride to his community. It brings pride to Indigenous people in general to see our traditional names out there, and to have somebody compared to toilet paper was very insulting.
Nigon, does it matter that there is an actual toilet paper brand in the U.S. called Whitecloud, or does that make it worse?
That wasn't a question I expected, but I guess I don't think it matters. Of course, I mean, this has become a almost international issue. I mean, Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk, best known in the Marvel movies, tweeted about this, said it was unacceptable and inappropriate, and he said what all of us have been thinking. But kudos to Zach for doing such an incredible, sort of dignified job embodying our traditions and reaching out to this announcer in a kind and good way to both teach, but then also to instruct that this was inappropriate and offensive. Anyone who has a traditional name, I carry the name Nigon Waywadum. I mean, that has been both a blessing for me in my journey as an Anishinaabe person, but it's also been very difficult to walk in this world where people are constantly either mispronouncing or making fun of it or saying, "Why do I got to say that silly name?" I mean, I've even been at the border one time where the U.S. crossing guard looked at my name and said, "What kind of name is that?" And that's probably not the place to make a stand. But there was Zach Whitecloud on national media being generous and kind, and what an incredible role model for our communities, and especially for young hockey players, both female and male, growing up. That's the kind of person that you want to emulate. The reality is that this is part of a long-standing issue of colonialism, seeing our names, our peoples, our rights as lesser than, and we constantly battle with this, even trying to get our driver's licenses in our traditional names. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's something that's ongoing, and something that we certainly will not see the end of immediately.
Carrie, Zach's response has been praised. Anderson didn't come out and face questions from the media about this. Should he have?
Definitely. He was out there. He said it. He should be out there in the public giving a very public response. Zach came out there and it was emotional. I seen the questions, and I could tell it hurt him. It hurt him deeply, but still he was being kind and being generous and answering questions. Yet Anderson got off by just issuing an apology. I think he should come forward and face media, face the cameras, and put his face out there and say sorry. and get the grill and get grilled by media.
Right. Carrie, Nigan, we'll leave it there for this week, but as always, appreciate seeing you and having your opinions shared.
Yeah, Miigwech, thanks.
Thank you.